Would you board a ship knowing it's about to sail through the deadliest waters on Earth? South of Cape Horn, beyond the safety of land, lies the Drake Passage, a 600-mile stretch of raw, unfiltered ocean fury. It's where the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans collide, creating a relentless gauntlet of towering waves, screaming winds, and unpredictable storms. And yet, thousands of vessels cross it every year, from expedition ships to tiny sailboats, gambling everything on survival. There are no nearby ports, no rescue stations. Just you, your ship, and the endless violence of the sea. So what makes the Drake Passage so terrifying? Why do even the most experienced sailors call it the Mount Everest of ocean crossings? And how did it become a proving ground for explorers, adventurers, and survival stories that defy logic? In this video, we'll dive into the heart of this infamous sea corridor, exploring the forces of nature that shape it, the history that haunts it, and the modern vessels that still risk it all to pass through. Brace yourself. You're about to discover why the Drake Passage is the ultimate test of ocean endurance, and why so many never make it across. The Drake Passage sits between the southern tip of South America and the Antarctic Peninsula. And while it might look like just another patch of ocean on the map, its position makes it uniquely violent. Here's why. It's the only place on Earth where the ocean can flow completely uninterrupted around the globe. No land masses to slow it down. That means the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, the strongest current on the planet, barrels through the passage at speeds of up to 150 million cubic meters of water per second. Now at roaring 40s, furious 50s, and screaming 60s. The names sailors gave to the brutal westerly winds that howl across these latitudes. These winds whip up massive swells that can easily exceed 30 feet, with rogue waves even higher. And then there's the temperature. The warm waters of the Atlantic slam into the icy waters of the Southern Ocean, creating explosive weather systems. 1 minute, it's calm. The next, you're fighting for your life. No GPS system or satellite forecast can fully prepare you for the chaos the Drake unleashes. It's not just a passage, it's a natural battleground between oceans, winds, and survival. Long before GPS or radar, wooden ships faced the Drake Passage with nothing but courage, crude maps, and hope. In 1578, Sir Francis Drake's fleet was blown south by a violent storm while rounding Cape Horn. What they saw was an open ocean, the first recorded glimpse of the Drake Passage. But it wasn't a discovery, it was a warning. Since then, hundreds of ships have met their end in these waters. In the 19th century, merchant vessels navigating the treacherous Clipper route often vanished without a trace. Waves taller than buildings, icebergs drifting in from Antarctica, and weeks of non-stop storms turned every crossing into a survival mission. One infamous tragedy was the sinking of the SS London in 1866. Bound for New Zealand, it was torn apart by a storm shortly after entering the passage. Only 19 of the 263 aboard survived. But there are also tales of resilience. Ernest Shackleton's crew, stranded on Elephant Island in 1916, crossed the Drake in a tiny lifeboat to seek rescue, facing 50-foot waves and freezing spray for 15 days. They made it. Their survival wasn't just luck. It was proof that with enough grit, the Drake can be crossed, but never conquered. Today, cruise ships and research vessels regularly navigate the Drake Passage, taking tourists and scientists to Antarctica. With GPS, satellite tracking, and reinforced steel hulls, it might seem like the dangers of the Drake are a thing of the past. But don't be fooled. Even the most advanced technology can't tame this stretch of ocean. Storms still brew in hours. Swells still smash into decks. And seasickness? It's almost guaranteed. Some passengers describe the experience as like riding a roller coaster for 2 days without getting off. In December 2022, a rogue wave hit the Viking Polaris cruise ship in the Drake Passage, breaking cabin windows and killing a passenger. It was a stark reminder nature still holds the upper hand. For sailors, it's a test of skill. For scientists, it's a race against time and ice. For tourists, it's a rite of passage, a brutal initiation into the last great wilderness on Earth. Many hope for what they call the Drake Lake, a rare calm crossing. But more often, they get the Drake Shake. Modern ships may survive the crossing more often than in the past. But the respect and fear for the Drake remains unchanged. The Drake Passage isn't just a place on the map, it's a force of nature that humbles anyone who dares to cross it. Its fury has claimed ships, tested explorers, and used to challenge even the most technologically advanced vessels. It's a living reminder that, despite all our progress, there are still places on this planet where nature is in absolute control, and where humanity is merely a guest. We asked, why is the Drake Passage so feared? Now you know, it's the combination of colliding oceans, howling winds, sudden storms, and utter isolation. A place where survival depends on preparation, luck, and sheer determination to endure. We asked, what happens out there? The answer, everything from heroic rescues to tragic loss, and a constant battle between human will and oceanic chaos, waged day and night. Crossing the Drake isn't just a physical journey. It's a mental and emotional trial. Those who make it to the other side never forget it, because something inside them changes. So the next time you see a calm sea, remember, there's a place not far from here that never sleeps, never rests, and never forgives. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, hit subscribe, and explore more extreme places with us.